We're here. I'm back. It's about 5:30. I am going to start a new reading vlog. Yesterday I kind of finished up my other reads, but I'm excited to be back. So, I have quite a few reads planned this week. I spent the first part of the month reading a bunch of big books. I finished Laura, which I really liked. I finished a couple of other like longer reads because I was in the middle of like series. Um I finished The King's Traitor. So I finished a lot of like high fantasy books. So I want to take a little bit of break. So I'm in the middle of reading the Van Beekers Lost and Found, which is a middle grade book. It is a third book in a cute middle grade series. I'll kind of dive into this one in my next clip. I will kind of tell you guys a little bit more about that. But I do have a wide range of books. I also am participating in the Avengers read along, and I'm doing the Thor board. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of just talk through the reads. I want to like take a little bit of a fantasy break, not a super big fantasy break, but a fantasy break nonetheless. And I want to kind of read a couple of other things before I dive back into fantasy. But I do have some fantasy books on this TBR. So after I finish the Van Beekers, it's a super short read. I want to read Always and Forever Lara Jean. It was announced that they are gonna actually come out with Always and Forever Lara Jean, the movie on Netflix, and I want to read this before I watch the movie. And if my spidey senses are tingling, it's probably going to come out in it will probably come out in February like the other one. So this is going to be my next read, and it is a sequel, and it's the last book in a series. So this is going great for that one goal. Also, the Van Beekers is another book, is another like sequel. Actually, it's the third book in the series. Also, a fantasy book I just got from the publisher was Crown of Bones by A.K. Wilder. This came out on the 5th. It was the same date as Lore, and it is fans of the Shannara Chronicles and Legends of Seeker will get lost in this exciting, unique fantasy of a coup. There's a young heir, a dangerous high savante, a mysterious Nellie Mar, a handsome guide, and a scribe. So this one seems really interesting, and I just like that summary. I love about a group of people that have to like kind of work together to like save the day. So this will probably be the next fantasy book that I read after I take a little bit of fantasy break. And these I'm just putting on here just for the hell of it because I don't know if I'm going to get to them. But I do want to read Girl in the Blue Coat by Monica Hesse. This is a World War II historical fiction book with a mystery thriller twist. And I've wanted to read this since last year. I kept putting it on TBRs. It got a little bit neglected. Hope to actually tackle it this week. And the last book on this TBR that I'm going to focus on is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. This is the Avengers read-along book for the month of January, and it's also my Owl Crate read, and it just knocks off a lot of boxes, reading a little bit more diversely as well. So these are my tentative reading plans. I also have a bunch of books I'm in the middle of reading. I'm listening to the Bridgerton book 2, The Viscount Who Loves Me. I am going to try to tackle reading that tomorrow. Listening to that anyway. And I'm also, I think that's all that I'm listening to. I might have another one, but I can't think of it right now. So yeah, that is kind of my plans right now. I'm going to come back in a couple of minutes, and I am going to talk about the Van Beekers Lost and Found, my thoughts about that, and then I'm just going to dive into reading. I am getting my COVID shot or my COVID vaccine at the end of the week. I'm really excited about that. They did a massive push to give teachers vaccines, which makes me super happy because I hope that will allow us to get back into the building sooner. My only hesitation about being back in the building was I wasn't vaccinated and I do commute. But I am really excited that is going to happen. That's going to happen Friday. I will definitely keep you guys updated if I have any symptoms or feedbacks or anything like that. But yeah, so these, I'll show them in a pile because we all love piles on BookTube. These are the books I hope to tackle by Monday. Will that happen? I don't know, but I'm going to try. But I will be back in a little bit to give you guys a small update on the Van Beekers Lost and Found. Talk to you guys in a bit. Just checking back in. I do want to say in my previous reading vlog, which these might go up a little bit out of order, have hurt my shoulder. Don't know quite what I did, so I'm trying to take a week off of doing heavy workouts. So I went for a walk today instead. I tried to do my boxing workout. It wasn't super successful, but just a little bit of a life update. This is also going to be my primary backdrop because I like you guys seeing my Funko figures a little bit better. But I did want to do a quick update on the Van Beekers of 144th Street, and this one is Lost and Found. So this is the third book in this series, I think, or it's the fourth. I think it's the third. But so I'm like 16% into this book. I'm not really sure. Sorry, 18% into this book. So all these books take place in seasons. So the first book was set around Christmas. I read it around Christmas. Still think it's an adorable Christmas read. The second book, I think, took place in spring, and then this is the fall one. So I don't think we have the summer one yet. I think summer's coming for the last book. I think she said she was going to do one for each season. So this one deals with a lot of harder topics. It's set in New York City, which I love. It has a big cast of characters. It's a middle grade. There's a bunch of siblings, which as an only child, I love reading books about siblings, and also like a found family element very much kind of develops throughout them all. But the book starts off at the end of the last book. They put this garden together in one of the books, like a community garden in New York City. And at the end of the book, they found that someone had been sleeping in the garden. So maybe that book was summer. I can't remember what the seasons were, but this is the third book. So they basically, so now it's fall, and they knew someone was sleeping in the garden, but they find out in this book that it's one of the people that they know, and the kids are getting a little bit of a reality check when it comes to parents and taking care of your kids and stuff like that. But I just love this family so much. There's a bunch of kids. They're also very, very pro animal. Like, they have like 1,000 animals, and I have longed for a dog. Whenever I read this book, they have a bunny, they have gerbils. It makes me want to pet so badly. It's just so sweet. It's like a very, very sweet. It has like elements of found family, which I really like, but it also has really realistic family dynamics. And sometimes when I read middle grade, the parents like lose their relationship. Like, they don't really have a role in the story because they want the kids to go out and save the day, especially in like fantasy books, sometimes in contemporaries too. But I just really like the family dynamics and how everyone kind of worked together to save today. And it's like, this, like, the town raises the kid. It has like a very, very small town feel, even though they live in the middle of New York City, but like they have created their own little town, like their own little community. I really, really like that. So I'm going to get back to reading, and I will update you guys when I can. I'll probably read to like a couple more chapters and then give you guys a solid update. But I really am liking it. I'm finding it super cute. Yeah, so I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Back with my neck issue. But I did wind up reading to page 2. One thing I hate about eARCs is it doesn't tell you how many pages you've read, but I'm about 32% into this book. Guys, I really, really like this book. I think I might have my third 5-star read. It deals with so many hard topics. Like, it deals with the young boy's friends whose parents abandoned him, and he was living in the garage. But then you're also dealing with a lot of like other things, like, being antisocial, like, having a hard time connecting with friends in school, which is the way I was. And some of the things one of the young characters is saying, I get really overwhelmed in very, very large groups of people. It makes me incredibly nervous and incredibly anxious. I'm much better on one-on-one. Like, that's just how I am. So if there's a lot of people surrounding me, I tend to get a little bit freaked out, and I'm like, I don't know who to talk to, and I get like a little bit lost. That's why I don't ever go out to like I don't hang out with large groups of people at once, because it just like overwhelms me. But they're also having a lot of conversations about like other stuff, and how, just like friendship stuff, and like, if I was your best friend, why didn't you tell me this? And then, like, should he move back to Georgia? And there's just a lot of like little stuff going on in this book. I'm also about to go to an event for Emma Lord's new book, You Have a Match, which I read in the end of December, which I'm really excited for. So I'm going to read my book as I'm prepping for that. I also have my Millennium group hang that I do every month that they started doing during COVID, that I'm really excited for. And I am going to go to that meeting in a little bit as well, but I'm also going to keep reading my book. It's a very, very quick read, but I'm really, really enjoying it. So I'm going to go get a quick snack for my Emma Lord interview, her crowdcasting, and I will update you guys when I'm done with both. I probably won't stay for the whole Emma Lord book, but I do have a signed copy coming, so that's exciting. Talk to you guys in a bit. Lori here. I'm back. It is about 8:38. I did wind up watching the Emma Lord Strand interview, and she teased her next book, which I'm so excited for. And I really liked You Have a Match. I read it in late December. It was a great book. Definitely go check it out. By the time this vlog's up, it's probably already out. But I also did read quite a bit. I'm on 60% done in the Van Beekers Lost and Found. This might be another 5-star read for me. This book is just hitting so many boxes. It's also very emotional. There is quite a bit of grief talk and, older people getting older and topics like that in this book. And it's very, very emotional, I'll say that. But I just love the characters so much. And I love the New York City elements. I love how they really created their own family, like their own found family. And it's just great. I think it's I really just want to keep reading. It's such a sweet read, and I just love these characters so much. And you can see they're all kind of dealing with their own things. Like Oliver's dealing with something, like the twins are dealing with something, and there's so many issues that I can almost feel like I related to when I was in their age, when I was in middle school or high school. So very, very good. Very, very good. It definitely made me tear up a little bit, I will say that. And I don't cry a lot when I read, but this book definitely cheered me up, which is because I've been so invested in the characters. But I'm gonna go back to reading. It's about 8:40. I do want to watch some Avatar tonight. I might read until 9:30 and then go watch a couple of episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender. But I'll check in with you guys maybe when I get to 80. Well, I'll check in with you guys before I go to bed. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. It's Laura here. I'm back. I just finished Van Beeker's Lost and Found, and I might have my third 5-star read on my hand because I have loved all of these books, but this book definitely tugged on my heartstrings, and I just love it so much. I think that this is probably one of my favorite middle grade series that is not fantasy because there is no fantastical element. It's just so sweet. I love books about found family, and this one really, really played to that element. I also love books about big families. This book tackled a lot of harder issues like family issues and finding your own family. And I just love what all the kids were going through. All the kids had their subtle plot lines. And I just loved Orlando's story. I love the building supervisor, his story as well. It just was great. It was a 5-star read. I really, really liked it. I just finished working, which was fun. I got to show the kids a couple of videos, which they really liked. So I am going to go do my workout. I did my workout earlier. I have said in this reading vlog, I hurt my shoulder earlier in the week, so I haven't been able to do most of my workouts, but I am going to try to do, sorry, my eyes are bothering me. I didn't really sleep that well last night. Unfortunately. But I am going to try to go do my workout. Probably go for a walk as well. I have to check on my Fitbit, which has been having some issues. But yeah, so I'm gonna go do my workout, listen to the tail end of my Millennium Podcast, which my favorite podcasters host. And then I might go for a walk and try to tackle a little bit more of my audiobook, which I neglected. But yeah, I really like this one. I still am debating what to read next. I'm debating between Always and Forever Lara Jean and The Girl in the Blue Coat. So I'm going to kind of make that decision and then I'll check in with you guys. But yeah, really happy that I finished this book. I really, really wound up liking it. And the last one's coming out in September, which means I'm going to have to say goodbye to these characters. I'm not emotionally ready. I'll be honest. Not emotionally ready. But I'll talk to you guys when I'm ready to start reading again. Bye. I'm back. I went for a walk. I worked out. My shoulder is feeling much better, which is good. But I did decide to pick up Always and Forever Lara Jean. I just need a warm hug. And I want some contemporary. So this one also goes along with one of my prompts. I think I'm going to say this book takes place in a small town. So for the Avengers Reading Challenge, I think that this might work. And also the movie's coming out in February. So I normally like to read the source material before I watch the movie. So yeah, I'm going to dive into this. I already started. I'm about 8 pages in. I anticipate this being a super fast read. I am going to try to catch up on some of my YouTube videos today. That's like my main goal. I also did watch a couple of episodes of Avatar The Last Airbender, which we just have to talk. I've been watching it and watching this for like about a year because I've been following along with the Rewatchable podcast. And at the start of this journey, I said, okay, Zuko is horrible. Don't like Zuko. And everyone loves Zuko in this show. Like if you've seen Atla, you probably know what I'm talking about. Everyone's like, Zuko's amazing. Love Zuko. I, on the other hand, did not like Zuko. He annoyed me. He was whiny. He wasn't very social. However, in the last like 3 episodes of this show, Zuko has become my favorite. Well, not my favorite. I still really, really like Sokka. But it was like a twist I was not expecting. And now I have to watch more. So I'm probably gonna watch a little bit more of that tonight. But this book is the warm hug that I need. So I am gonna go read a little bit more of this. I'll update you guys when I get to about page 50. Ooh, purple. I was gonna save this book for Valentine's Day, but you know what? I just need a yummy and soft contemporary right now. So this is what I'm gonna pick up, and I will update you guys when I read about 30 to 50 pages. Talk to you guys in a bit. Back. It's about 6:25. I did actually watch a couple of YouTube videos, not as many as I need to, but I wound up getting up to chapter 4 in Always and Forever Lara Jean. This is just such a sweet read, and I love books that deal with the tail ends of high school because I always think the characters are dealing with a lot of changes, and I, as a person like Lara Jean, do not like change. I don't deal well with change. And she's basically on the precipice of finding out where she's going to college, and she has one dream school that she's pushing for. She really wants to go in. A lot of people are expecting her to get in. But you know what? These books are always a little bit interesting. I know the last 2, like the first book dealt with her falling for Peter. The second book introduced like a second boy. So I don't know what the plot point in this book is. She's also dealing with like wanting to find the perfect chocolate chip cookie recipe, which I love. I love hearing about baking. The only bad thing about it is you get you super hungry. But I did make about 30 pages, and I really like Lara Jean as a character. She's really, sometimes I find a character that reminds me of me. She does remind me of me a little bit, and it reminds me of my quest in high school. I was really set on going to one college. It was the one place I wanted to go to. And then at the end of the day, I made a very drastic decision to go somewhere totally different, 5.5 hours away from my house, which is one of the best decisions I ever made, but it was a hard decision for my family. I also like her relationship with her family, which is always interesting. And I just admit, I'm like literally just seeing the actors in my head, and I love it. So I'm gonna read a little bit more. I'll probably update you when I get up to page like about 60, but I'm really liking this one. So talk to you guys in a little bit. Right here, I'm back. It's about 7:46. I did wind up reading up to page 64 in Always and Forever Lara Jean. Again, this book is just a warm hug. And they went to New York City, and I've been saying this so much in 2020. I like work in New York City. Like I'm a teacher there, so I really go to the city quite a bit. But it's been since February, I would say, that I really have liked being in the city. Um so there has been a lot of like books I've been reading that I've just like wanted to go to those places. So since I started bullet journaling, I've been just making down like a location list of places I want to go once the city is back to being normal. I have to like make my bookstore list. Before COVID, I was talking to a bunch of my friends and I'm like, we want to do bookstore runs because we normally go like to the same 5 or 6 bookstores, but there are some bookstores I've never been before. So I'm just making some lists now that I'm reading it. But this book, they took a trip to New York City, and I just really like her character. I think I just watched Haley in Bookland, and she said that this one was her favorite book, and I liked book 1. Book 2, I always struggle a little bit with love triangles, but I did enjoy it. This book might wind up being my favorite, honestly. Like right now, I'm only about 60 pages, but I'm really enjoying it. I like her and Peter's relationship. I also like the family dynamics in this book. And I always like when books are set at like the end of high school and people are making decisions. I think that, at least for me, when I was in high school, making that decision was super hard, like where I wanted to go to school, and that was a hard decision to make. So I just kind of like, I think it's good to have that representation in novels because it gives characters someone to like something to. it gives kids or, you know, young kids something to like read and kind of think about. I also like that there is a series based on like one character, and that you rarely see that in contemporary. And I think someone said it really, really good on Twitter. You always have to break up your couple. So if you do a series, like every book, you know, the first book they get together, everything's great. Second book, you have to break them up again, and then you have to keep breaking up the couple. And I think, you know, this one is like, I've read so few of them. Like this is like the second series I've read that just followed the same characters. I've read a lot of companion books where like you have part, you know, a second group of characters or something like that. But this is the second book series I've read that follows the same group of people. The other ones is the Emma Lord's, not Emma Lord, Emery Lord, the Map from Here to There and the Start of Me and You. That's another series. But I really am liking this. I really like Lara Jean so much, and I'm really hopeful that I will finish this before the movie comes out, and then I can watch it on Valentine's Day. So I'm gonna go back to reading, and I'll update you guys when I read a little bit more. But my goal is to read like at least 150 pages tonight. That's my goal. I also am making some steady headway on my YouTube queue. I watched about 4 videos. But yeah, so I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye. Here I'm back. It's about 4:30. I did actually wind up walking, doing both my workouts. I work today. Tomorrow I'm going to get my COVID shot, which I'm really relieved about. Really excited about that. But I also last night I'm only got up to page 80 and Always and Forever Lara Jean, but I am really enjoying it. I also last night I watched 2 episodes of Call Me Kat with Mayim Bialik and James Parsons in it. Really liking that show. It's very, very cute. I started watching Avatar and then I sort of fell asleep. But I am going to make a dent into this. I also have my Millennium Club meetup that I do every month with the podcast I follow. I'm really excited to get there. It's like a bunch of, I feel like they're my friends. Like I don't really know them in person, but I've been following this podcast for so many years, so they kind of feel like they're my friends. And then I'm going to try to make headway on my YouTube queue. And watch a couple of episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender tonight, because I was unable to watch any last night. But yeah, I'm gonna read a little bit of Always and Forever Lara Jean and wait for my pizza, and then I'm gonna go get pizza, and then I'll probably check in with you guys when I start my YouTube queue, which is always long. Talk to you guys in a bit. Here I'm back. It's 5:32. I did wind up reading up to page about 100 in Always and Forever Lara Jean. The one thing I'm really liking about this book is that it really dives into the college elements, and when I was applying for college, I was lucky enough that I had a lot of options and I wound up getting into my first choice. But this book really tackles like what happens if that doesn't happen? What happens if that doesn't happen? And Lara Jean is really dealing with that, and I think something that a lot of people face when they're in their, you know, their senior year of high school, and things change. You never know what your life's going to be. As someone whose life changed dramatically throughout the course of her college years, I like that, and I think that it's giving a good message. Just because things don't go the way you think they're going to go, give everything a chance. And I really like the relationship that her and Margot had. It's just a very, very nice read. I mean, it deals with hard topics. I like that. I also like her relationship between her and Peter. I'm wondering how that's going to pair out, but I'm really, really enjoying it. So I'm going to read another like 50 pages and then I'll give you guys an update. Hey friends, Lori here, I'm back. So, last night I didn't wind up updating you guys again because I did wind up going to my Millennium meetup with the podcast that I follow, which was just a joy. I did wind up getting my COVID vaccination today. My arm is still a little bit stiff, but no other side effects, thank the heavens. But I did also wind up reading to page 212 To All the Boys I Loved Before Lara Jean. I definitely have reached a point that I'm intrigued, like, where this book goes. Like, I'm really intrigued. Like, I think that her relationship with Peter is getting super interesting and super compelling. Also, there's a lot of college stuff, which I felt like that's super realistic of being a high school kid, because you have to make a lot of challenging choices. So what I think I'm gonna do is I do have off Monday because it is a holiday. I do want to kind of like set some stuff up. I might plan my tech theater unit and see how far I can get with that. Um, but yeah, I wanted to do a couple of little things. I did want to do my tech theater unit, so I might actually do that. I did want to film a video. I also, my credit card got hacked earlier the week, so I have to kind of switch some stuff up in that. But yeah, when I'm ready to like sit down and start reading, I will definitely update you guys. But the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to go run my few little errands, take my Instagram photos for the week, check the blog, all the basic stuff. Yeah, and I'll update you guys when I'm about to sit down and read to all the whys I loved before, and let you know if I'm gonna end this reading vlog out. I might actually just like finish this book and then kind of end this reading vlog, but I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Hey book lovers, I'm back. It's 4:55 on December 15th. Oh no. Yeah, December 15th. January 15th. Wow, my weeks, guys, not so good remembering. But I wound up getting up to page 257 in all the Always and Forever Lara Jean. Really, I'm liking this book. This book is just so fun. It's just like a warm hug. But it also does deal with harder topics. It does deal with like college decisions, which I thought she did super well. And um it really reminded me of what happened to my college experience. My decision, I was really set on one decision and it kind of changed last minute, and I'm grateful every day for that. It also deals with relationship stuff, which I always like in these books. But it also deals with some interesting elements, stepdaughter and stepmother relationships, that was tackled super interestingly in this one, because it was Lara Jean is not the one that's having the problem with the stepmother in this one, and I'm really liking their relationship. Lara Jean is a lot like me. I'm very much a people pleaser. I like everyone to get along, and that's kind of the role Lara Jean is playing. And I'm just liking it. I really can't wait to see how this book ends. I'm really confused. Like, I'm really curious to see how it ends. So I'll probably give you guys like one more update when I get up to page 300. Because I'm really close to the end of this. But so far, I'm really liking this. This might be another top 5-star read for me because I've enjoyed everything about it. It's such a nice series, and I feel like wrapping it up is going to be super nice. And I always say that in like YA contemporary series, I always want a final book or a final chapter, and I feel like this is that final chapter for me, and I'm really, really liking it. So I will give you guys an update when I read about 50 more pages, and I will give you guys an update on my Netflix queue as well. I just started. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye. It's Lori here. It's about 5:55. I did wind up getting up to page about 300 in Always and Forever Lara Jean. I'm so curious to see how this book ends. I'm really liking it. It's definitely like a warm, I keep saying it's like a warm hug. I also like that this book does deal with sex positivity, and I think that that's important for girls in high school to read. I also like that the relationship between her and Peter is super complicated, and it's super challenging, especially in the last year of high school. And I just like how the parents have such an active role in it. I like that the sister relationships are still super strong. It's a really, really fun read. I'm going to go read the end of it, and then I will check in with you guys. But I really am liking it. Really excited to like actually watch the movie when it comes out in February. That was my preemptive for reading this book. But yeah, I'm going to go tackle the rest of it. I'm also watching Super Space Chicks videos. She is back on YouTube, and I love her so much. And I'm loving seeing her videos, and I'm kidnapping some of her goals. I always watch people goal videos, and I steal some of their goals for myself. So that is me as a little thief. I always kidnap people goal that I like. But yeah, I'm gonna go finish the rest of this, and then I will give you guys my wrap up thoughts. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Sorry, hair. I'm not done yet. I have like 10 more pages left. I'm I'm I really like this book. I think it's really realistic about a high school relationship, and I like the way that they're doing it. I think, always when you read contemporaries, there's always like some predictable elements going in, but I think I really just like Lara Jean as a character, and I really like Peter and their relationship. I also like the side characters a lot, and it just reminds me of like my senior year in high school and like what that summer was like, and it's not an easy summer. Like looking back on that summer, I think that summer's super hard. But I'm just curious how the book ends. I'm also really excited to see the movie because I know the movies always go in like a slightly different direction. But I'm really liking it. I think this is probably going to be like a 5-star read again. I've just read some really good books recently. Like I read Lore, I read this. I've just been having a really good reading month. But yeah, a reading year so far. So yeah, I'm gonna go tackle the rest of it, and then I'm gonna wrap up this reading vlog. Talk to you guys in a bit. It's Lori here. I'm back. I did wind up finishing Always and Forever Lara Jean. I'm gonna give myself a few minutes and kind of take out my post-it notes and write my quotes in my book, which is what I'm trying to get better at, because I really do want to get better at journaling this year and just kind of keeping track and deciding what books I'm going to keep, what books I'm going to get rid of. I don't think this one will probably get kept. I think I'll probably put it in my classroom or probably donate it. But I really did like it. I'm going to give myself a little bit of time and kind of think, what's it going to be? Is it going to be a 4-star or a 5-star read? I'm leaning towards 5-star, but I'm going to give myself a minute to write down my favorite quotes. Do some house cleaning, like just like little errandy stuff that I've been wanting to do all day. I always think of Friday as like a restart of the week, because I'm actually relaxing during the weekend, so I'm gonna kind of do that. And once I'm ready to sort of like wrap up my thoughts, I'll come in up here and I'll wrap up this reading vlog, and we will touch base again. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Lori here. I'm here to actually wrap up this reading vlog. I did wind up reading 2 books this week. I wound up Van Beeker's Lost and Found, which was a middle grade book, which is the 3rd book in the series, and I really like that one. I wound up giving that book 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. And I also wound up finishing Always and Forever Lara Jean, which is also a book that I really thoroughly enjoyed. I would probably bump this up to 5 stars on Goodreads, but it's probably 4.75 stars. I just love the concluding novel in this series. I thought it really explored Peter, not Paul. Paul and Lara Jean's relationship really interestingly. I also think it dived into the true dynamics of senior year with everything happening. Really liked it. Wound up giving it 4.75 stars for review. Also this week I did wind up watching a little bit of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I watched a couple of episodes. I started watching Call Me Kat, which I'm probably going to watch another episode tonight. I am going to go start my next reading vlog for the weekend because I have like a 3-day weekend coming up. But I will talk to you guys for my next reading vlog. Let me know what are some reads you tackled recently in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.